Hello friends, today we'll talk about optical fibers. So the very first thing is what are optical fibers and how they look like. So optical fibers are very thin as human hair, and they are made up of glass or plastic or the combination of glass and plastic both. This is how they look like. There are two regions. The inner region is known as core and the outer region is known as cladding. We can consider them as two hollow pipes. One is inserted inside the another one. So the inner one is called core and the outer one is cladding. So here we can see this red ray is entered inside the optical fiber through this end, and it is coming out from this end, and inside the optical fiber it is following the principle of total internal reflection. We'll discuss about this later, and before that we'll discuss the concept of total internal reflection. Now about optical fibers, we can bend them easily. They are very flexible. We can bend as per our requirement, and they works on the principle of total internal reflection. Now there is one more term which is refractive index or index of refraction, and about that we'll say that the refractive index of core should always be greater than refractive index of cladding. So in general, if core is 1.458, refractive index of core is 1.458. For cladding, we'll take around 1.440. So that much difference we'll take, and why we'll see here. So this is another diagram which shows that this is core which is inserted inside cladding, and there's one more thing which is new for us, and it is plastic packet. So we use a plastic packet to cover the optical fiber, and this is the outer layer of optical fiber. Inside plastic packet there's cladding, and inside cladding there's a core which is optical fiber. And here we can see one more thing. See this, the black part is core, the sky blue part is cladding, and the gray part is plastic packet. Now here we can see that there are three optical fibers with plastic packet we have inserted inside one hollow pipe which is known as sheath. So a sheath can have one or more optical fibers inside it. Now about total internal reflection. There are two conditions for total internal reflection. First is a light ray should travel from a denser medium to a rarer medium. So denser medium is the medium whose density is high, and rarer medium whose density is low as compared to the another medium. Like glass is denser than water, water is denser than air. Air is rarer than water, and water is rarer than glass, like that. And the second condition is the angle of incidence with which light ray will strike the optical fiber should be greater than the critical angle. Now the question is, what is critical angle? We'll see that. So if these two conditions will satisfy, in that case light ray will undergo through total internal reflection. We'll see how. So here we can see there are three rays: green, red and blue. We'll talk about this green ray first. For all the rays we can see that light is entering from glass to air, right? So denser medium to rarer medium, which was the first condition of total internal reflection. So if light ray will come from air to glass like this, it will be wrong, and that ray will not be able to satisfy the condition of total internal reflection. So here refractive index of glass is 1.5, which we use generally, and for for air it is 1. Okay, so about this green ray, we can see that angle of incidence is theta 1, right? So the green ray is striking the interface. This is interface. Now what is interface? Interface is a line. This whole line is interface. So interface is a line which separates two mediums. So here medium is air and here it is glass, and this is the line which is separating two mediums. So when it will strike the interface at a particular point, this point is said to be point of incidence, right? So green ray is striking the interface with angle theta 1, and it is undergoing through refraction. So what is the condition of refraction? When light ray enters from one medium to another, it bends, it will change its path, and when denser to rarer medium, it will bend away from the normal. So here we can see theta 2 is the angle of refraction, and theta 2 is greater than theta 1 because of the condition of refraction. And it is clear that if we'll increase the value of theta 1, angle of theta value of theta 2 will also increase. So when we'll keep on increasing value of theta 1, value of theta 2 will also increase, and at a particular value of theta 1, what will happen? Light ray will follow this path and it will make 90-degree angle with the normal. So that particular angle of incidence is known as critical angle, at which refracted ray will make 90-degree angle with the normal, or it will go perpendicular to the normal. Okay, so this particular angle of incidence is known as critical angle. Now, if we'll further increase the value of angle of incidence beyond critical angle, or we can say if angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, which is in case of blue ray, then what will happen? After striking point of incidence, light ray will come back into the same medium, and this phenomena is known as total internal reflection. So if we'll talk about this blue ray, this ray is satisfying both conditions. First is light rays traveling from denser medium to towards rarer medium, and angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. So this is the perfect ray, and it will follow this path using the concept of total internal reflection. So this is the concept of total internal reflection, and this is the reason because of which we take refractive index of core part in optical fiber greater than cladding part. Now let's talk about formulae. So this is the clear case of refraction from denser medium to rarer medium, glass to air.